Hi guys, I'm Mary Beats, everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. We got the Apex on today. We're gonna try this out, and yes, we have the matching earbuds. So we're gonna see how this works today. I had planned to get a Dunkin' Donuts Colada, and unfortunately, to my dismay, I couldn't find the gift card that I got from my doctor's office. So I figured I got here, so I figured I might as well get something anyway, so I don't have to feel like I'm going home and empty-handed. Now, the chocolate colada, they gave me a $5 gift card for Dunkin' Donuts. And so I had enough to get one if I had the card and just pay something like 70-something cents and change. But I couldn't find it. Now this one doesn't have any sugar in it, as far as I can tell. I was gonna go to McDonald's too, which I might still do for dinner. But I bought hamburger patties at home, so there was no real reason to go to McDonald's to get dinner because I have hamburger patties at home. So might not bother to do that. Besides, I didn't want to spend $19.71 getting something I could have gotten at home because I have the same stuff at home. I just don't have anything to make a milkshake. Well, okay, that's not exactly true. But I got frozen yogurt at home. I mean, when I say yogurt, regular plain Greek yogurt, I froze it last night, container of it. And it was as hard as concrete. I was like, I had to put it in the refrigerator this morning to get it soft. Because you can't really eat frozen yogurt like that because it, as I said, you only see a jackhammer, just can't cut into the stuff. So that's why I didn't get any. By the way, I'm using the new light source too. I have it on pretty low because I've got daylight right here coming in, and I wanted to kind of just use it to kind of fill in as a fill light, not as a key light. A key light is coming from outside, which right now technically I would be in the shade, so that works out pretty well. But like I said, the last night's game was good. I'm glad we did get it sorted out last night. We had a chance to play. We have it scheduled for tomorrow. For Saturday, 7 o'clock for next week. So
I got it. It should be.
Oh, you have it? We'll get something for going for next week. So I got a different dress on today too, because the other two dresses I've been wearing for weeks on and off were pretty grubby and they had to be washed. So I put something different on today. It's warm outside, so that's why. Some reason it's hot in here in the Dunkin' Donuts in the shop here. But so Chris also said she found out that you can buy some of the store-bought stuff like coffees and stuff on Amazon. You probably can order it from Amazon online too, and pay for it with your gift card. I'll look until I get home, because I said, well, because I like the white chocolate they got, and I would like to get it, and so that's what I was thinking, get the white chocolate, and if I can get that, that'd be good. People were saying things about how I spend more money than I should. And I live too good. I'll tell you, I don't live that great. I really don't. My life is okay. I mean, it's not bad or nothing. But it really is a pretty plain life. So I just find it interesting. You know, so some people say I'm living above my means. And yeah, in that one video we talked about, the woman says that people who tend to live poor tend to be very miserly with their money. And very rarely ever necessarily splurge. They're afraid to splurge. I know I'm kind of in that league. I mean, I do like to spend money once in a while, but I really don't know, like, if I spend money, like, what am I going to buy? You know, because I'm always afraid I may not have money next month or next week, and I'm always worried about that. And so I try to be, frugal. But once in a while I do like to spend a little bit of money, but normally it's not a thing for me. Like, oh yeah, by the way, I saw another soup kitchen, regular in the sense she used to be a regular soup kitchen when they had meals inside. Her name was Shelby. And so we talked a little bit, and she agreed that she misses that when the soup kitchen was open for lunch because people would congregate and hang out together, which is true. And that's how we used to get information about what was going on in the community. And sadly enough, we don't have that anymore. And she agreed that is a pity. So yeah, that's the reality of what's going on in the soup kitchen world, is that people feel like disconnected from the community because they don't have the things that we used to have when we used to hang out together, and all of a sudden the world changed a lot. But by the way, there is some things I want to cover that also has changed for the better. After last night's gameplay, I worked on the sound a bit on the computer turned out I over-engineered the setup too much. And instead of sending all the audio from the computer through the mixer like I do in the big computer, it was being routed through all kinds of attachments and accessories, and it was just really mixed up. And so I was like, okay, we're gonna fix this. So that's what I did. So I got the sound working better now. Tested it last night. So hopefully now people will be able to hear us better in the Discord. Because the Discord, people can hear us fine. I could hear them fine through the headset. But except for Brian K. He was kind of hard to hear. But it turned out the way I had that set was so complicated that I wasn't sure if the headset volume was going out to the audience. Apparently it was, and I didn't have it loud enough. So, thus, the need to fix the sound to make it sound better. But at least it's fixed now, so that's a good thing. So, we're going to have the gameplay coming up soon on next Saturday. So, we'll get that back in the next part of the Turtle WoW. And I didn't have a lot of viewers on the Saturday gameplay, and it was on YouTube. And but it was interesting that Megan Fox was there, and of course Gigi was there. Gigi never played Turtle WoW. She didn't even know anything about Turtle WoW. And I was a little confused with the game interface. Gigi, I understand 100%. Because the arrow that she's talking about, yes, when you die, that arrow will point you towards the grave. But in this game, that doesn't do that. So which means you have to look at your mini-map. And that's kind of a problem too, because in the mini-map, you have on the PF Quest all the mobs. But your gravestone is on the bottom of the pile. So if you have all these mobs on the screen, you can't see your gravestone. So you still have to hunt for it. That's one of the reasons why I kept dying in the stockade. I was like, well, I knew which cemetery I was in, and I knew which where I was in the stockade when I died. So, in fact, if you play classic Burning Crusade, you'll know when you do a dungeon, okay, and you die, you don't necessarily go back to the graveyard. In the retail, well, you don't really either. You go back to the starting zone. Which I think is kind of, in one sense, is kind of cheating. But then on the other hand, it's not really cheating. Because, you know, you're just skipping having to go all the way back to the graveyard. And that makes it harder. Because you have to go all the way back to from the graveyard, go into the dungeon. Now, I don't know how they make these, but these are good. And it's a large frozen original hot chocolate. Oh, okay, it's different. Large frozen original hot chocolate. Well, it's still good though. It's not exactly a colada, but it's close. Oh yeah, it is what a colada is. There's a little bit of a milky taste to it. But still, it's good. So, what I'm trying to say is, so tonight, we have Silver Moon Radio. I haven't figured out music yet for tonight's show. So, that's all I have to look into. Let's see what kind of music show we have. What kind of records we're going to play. My landlord didn't come by and pick up the rent. Yeah, hopefully he'll be here this week. Krista told me his wife broke her kneecap. And so obviously that's gonna be on his mind too, taking care of his wife in her recovery. Because I have empathy. I understand what it's like to break your kneecap in the recovery. Even if they do knee surgery right away, she's still going to have to recoup, and that's going to take time for her to get back on her feet. But so maybe that's why he hasn't really been here yet to pay the rent. Because he's rightfully being concerned about his wife and he hasn't had time. But, oh well. How much you can do about that? So, do I think I went a little bit extra out of my way to come here just to get this one drink, which is a little further down to McDonald's, and then to go straight home again afterwards? Do I think it's a waste? No, because I got sunlight. I got some sun walking here, and I couldn't find the card I was given, but oh well. I don't really need to go to McDonald's. But I did want to get out and get some air. And I wanted to test the light and the microphone and an actual streaming platform. Now the earbuds, I still have them on. I just have them over my shoulder right now. Because I don't need to use the earbuds. I got them right here in my hands. So I'll be interested to see how that works. The sound, how it's going to sound. I think the audio improvement will be more important for when you're at outside than here. But we'll see. I don't know what. I think this is really fine grained ice in the bottom of his drink. And no, it's not a hot chocolate, because I'll tell you, I know why. A hot chocolate doesn't taste like coffee. Very true. So, yeah, I don't know. It just, and then of course the other thing is, I just been staying in the house so much because, it's been raining, but now there's no rain, so I figured, like I was gonna go out last time, I didn't get a chance to go out last time. So I figured, what the hell? I'll go out, get some air, get some fun, and that's why I'm here. And that's what I'm doing. And so that's to me, that's important, just to get out of the house for a few hours. Even if it isn't really much of I mean, I have been out of the house now for about an hour. An hour. I left the house at 1:30, and it's 2:41. And so I went to Cumberland Farms before I came here. I was gonna get something to come to the patio, and then I was like, "All right, what do you want to get?" And I was like, "Well, I could get a pizza, but I've already had pizza at home, so I don't need to get a pizza. I can get a candy bar, but I'm not really interested in candy. I can get a coffee, which sounds fine." And I kept saying to myself, well, originally I wanted to get a colada from Dunkin' Donuts. And so I came here to get a colada, and then I was looking for the card because I thought I still had my Dunkin' Donuts card. I don't know where I put it, but it's not in my wallet, and it's not anywhere else. So I was like, this is kind of disappointing because I was really looking forward to this. And so I said, well, I got money. I'll just buy it. If I find a card, I'll use it for next time. And then I came in, and the young cashier was like a little confused. I was confused. We had a failure to communicate for a while. And then finally, I regrouped back up with him and said, okay, look, let's try this from the beginning. I said, do you have a chocolate colada? He said, yes, I do. I said, okay. And you want a large one, right? I said, yes, that's why I asked you last time. With whipped cream? I said, yes. He said, would you like sugar in that? I said, no, because I remember the colada was kind of sweet last time. I didn't really want sugar in it, so I didn't get the sugar. And so now it's what I could tell was pretty much strong coffee, which was fine. Coffee with chocolate flavoring and ice. It doesn't bother me. Probably more like a mocha kind of thing. And so I had that, and of course it cost $5.71. That made sense because that made sense. I said okay. So I got out my Ally, paid for my Ally credit card because I came all the way out here to get this one drink. It's kind of like Homer and Herman go to White Castle. If you ever seen that movie, I'm going to get that one. Yeah, that's exactly what I think I will do for next week's movie night. Or this week's movie night. Herman and Homer go to White Castle. I think I got it on DVD somewhere too. Maybe. I think I got rid of it because I thought it was the most disgusting, because of the language. I really, really did not like the language in that movie. The story, I didn't mind the story, but the language was insane. Okay, so here in Michele goes. It's real simple. You have these two guys they're watching a local White Castle TV commercial talking about the beautiful little sliders, and I love White Castle. I'm sorry, that's all I do. So I sat there like watching it, and these two guys, one's apparently Arab, the other one is I think Jewish. I'm not sure what the races are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't imply the story. So they said, well, let's go to White Castle. And there was one supposedly nearby where they lived, and it turned out that White Castle closed the franchise, and another one took over its place. And I guess when the drive-through window, the guy in the drive-through window used to work at the White Castle, and it was White Castle. He said, I missed that place. Let's burn this place to the ground. Let's get a White Castle in here. I was like, they're like hilariously funny. And I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I never went to White Castle and had a fresh White Castle slider. I really want to. Really, really do. So all I get is the kind you can shove in the oven or the microwave. And that's it. That was probably the only time my microwave was ever used. Was little sliders from the grocery store. Frozen ones. So I just absolutely positively was like, oh my God, I'm gonna make these little sliders. They come in packs of 2. So you put them in the microwave. I originally had you just get 8 to a package. Now they went down to 6, which kind of sucked because it was like it's called shrinkflation. Dum 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 dum. So, they were really good though. Just plain cheeseburgers. Forget any they were delicious. I mean, I would see them plain, just like I did McDonald's. And the little thin, very thin patties with the 5 holes on them. Because the situation unwrapped about how the White Castle cooks their burgers. And it's absolutely amazing. And the other thing I love too is I love food. I am a foodie. Okay. If I see it, I eat it. So I get myself into trouble all the time. So, or more precisely, I'll see it and I'll eat it if I have the money to pay for it. That's more correct. But either so, I actually do absolutely enjoy a nice bit of food. That's why I'm so big, because I love food. I am a carnivore. I mean, I am a connoisseur, not a carnivore. Well, I am a little bit of an omnivore. But I mean, even if I don't want to admit it, but myself, I don't usually buy meat. But it doesn't mean I won't eat meat if someone has it for me. Although I do love fish, too. So, I'm not strictly a pescatarian either. But I just absolutely love the idea of going out to eat, and once in a while, it's nice. I really, really would so much love to go to a Pizza Hut again. I miss Pizza Hut so bad. I used to love their deep dish pizzas. Oh man, those things are killers. We don't have a Pizza Hut in my area anymore. I don't even think Pizza Hut delivery is available anymore. But we used to have the old Pizza Hut in Torrington, and then they had a fire there, and then they never rebuilt the actual restaurant. So all they had left was the delivery and or takeout. And I just, when it comes to pizza, I'm just an absolute connoisseur. You cannot. I can tell you with about 80% certainty if it's freshly made or if it's using pre-packaged ingredients like pre-packaged dough. I can tell you, and I can tell the different kind of dough. So I'm pretty good about that. But the thing is that me, I just love food. That's the reason why I get myself, as I said earlier, it's like I myself always into trouble. It's because I absolutely adore a certain meal, a certain quality of food, a certain way it's prepared, especially if it's a product I know. If it's a new food item I've never used before or ever had before, I'm a little cautious, but I'll still try it anyway. Like for example, when I was at Patty's house, she made made ham with a little side of mustard on the side. And I was like, okay, I'll try this mustard. I don't really remember if I like mustard or not. And so I dipped my finger in the mustard, and it was okay, I guess. It certainly wasn't ketchup, so it wasn't going to make me was not revolting to me, but it was just not really my thing. But I put a little bit on the ham. It was okay. Kind of gave the ham kind of a unique flavor to it, in a good way. Which I can't remember it. It doesn't taste bad. I remember the taste. It was actually really good. Damn. I don't have any ham and I don't have any mustard at the house. Someone would have been, I don't know. Right now we're in Lent anyway. That's just it. Ash Wednesday was like, last week, I think it was. Oh, it's like mid-February. Right, okay, mid-February. So we're getting close to the second week of Lent. And I'm like, oh, okay, thou shalt not eat meat on Friday. No, that's fine, because I don't usually eat meat at home. Okay? So I had to come up with some other kind of thing to give up for Lent. And I said, what am I going to give up? I have no idea. I don't really even live above my needs. Can't say I'm going to give up ice cream because I didn't have any in the house. Now I do. I have ice cream in the house. It doesn't say I was going to give up soda because I hadn't been buying any. I'm not giving up video games because I didn't play any, and that's the reason why everybody was getting so frustrated. Because like Michelle hasn't been playing her Turtle WoW game. No, I want to get back into the game again because it's something I look forward to. And so I didn't really give up anything strictly for Lent, but I didn't really not give up anything for Lent either, if that makes any sense. It's like I'm kind of like, but I certainly take this time to think about what Jesus is going through in his days in the desert, this 40 days during the Lenten season. I get it. I'm listening to it. I'm thinking about it, And just like I saw this a video talking about how real soul journey or something. He said something about soon all souls will reset. What does that mean? Reset? I don't exactly have a button on me that says reset. But me and Wendy were talking about this when we were in the tub. Oh, reset means, it doesn't mean to start over strictly in sense. In one sense, it means that in this case, we're going to ascend. We already know we're going to ascend. But for some people, ascension means that they're going to be going through whole new experiences. Okay. All new experiences, fantastic. But it doesn't answer everything. It really doesn't. So, anyways, it's just interesting to think about all the things that we do every day on this channel and all the things we talk about. And I asked Sherry Jackson, I said, could you look up what this means when they say soul reset and the ascension? And also, how does this affect me and when Jesus comes at the time of the rapture? Or am I going to be here when Jesus comes too? Or am I going to be somewhere else? I've had people asking me that question and I couldn't give them an answer. And so I'd love to be able to say to them, this is what it means. Yeah, what does it mean? You see my question? So anyway, that's just an example of what I'm talking about. All the interesting things that we talked about. But for now, tonight is Silver Moon Radio. And let me just remind you guys, I don't always have new records to play. I have a lot of older albums that I want to get into. And things that are not necessarily rock and roll. It all depends on how I'm feeling that day. But right now, the thing is, I want to play something different. Some of the old records that we haven't played in a while for the new people. They're trying to grow the station up. They're trying to get more people to come into Silver Moon Radio. And so that's what we're going to try to do. Come up with new content. But for now, it is getting late. And I mean, I think Stan CT said, Michelle, don't take too long on your videos. People die of boredom. Well, maybe they do, but usually in these videos, it's going to mention when I'm kind of get a chance to talk about stuff, and of course, I'm in a different place. So, this is really kind of an interesting thing. I probably can't see it, but maybe you can. Let me just show you something here. There's McDonald's right over there. And there's the college library. And so I'm not really super far away. But, well, this is part of it. It's funny because none of the cameras say these. There we go. So, the point is, guys, is the weather is great outside. The sky is clear. There's no clouds right now. Maybe no, not a single cloud in the sky, which is absolutely wonderful. And so for me, I'm just going to go home and get ready for Silver Moon Radio tonight. And I hope you will come. For those of you who do not know, it's on Kick. And it starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I really would love to see all you guys come. We have a great time to play music. And then we have the after show at 10. Now the after show is kind of like we did on Friday night, but it is a little shorter. It tends to be mostly I talk, you listen. Oh yeah, I read your comments. So that's kind of cool too. So, but for now, I'm going to let you go. So everybody have a nice day. Bye-bye.